I think we're live. I always wonder. If you wonder why I say that every morning, it's because it doesn't really tell you if you're live or not when you push the little button through Zoom. Good morning, Elle Ingalls here at pressure-free.com. There's stuff on my screen. I got to clean my computer. Ever need to do that? Clean your computer? Is that a have to? I have to clean my computer. That's the topic today. I've been musing about it because on Saturday I went to buy flowers for the window boxes on my deck out here. And it was the day before Mother's Day. I saw so many dads with children trying to pick out flowers and plants and things for Mother's Day. I'm guessing it's for Mother's Day. But so many of them, I don't think I saw a single family that looked happy. The kids looked like they were being dragged around trying to figure out what to get. And I thought, okay, so this is like a I have to. We have to get mom something. We should find mom something nice for Mother's Day, right? And that got me thinking about the times when we say, okay, we have to, or I have to, or I should be, I should. Um, and and that's something that I share in my coaching is noticing the have tos and shoulds because they usually get us a little bit tense, which makes it super easy to put us right on that edge of the cliff to trigger fight or flight without us even thinking that it's a stress response. Okay. So it may not feel like a very stressful situation, but we're putting this pressure on ourselves because we feel like we have to do something that we might not want to do or just might not have the energy for, whatever it is. And that's the thing that's pushing us over the edge. So I have a few phrases that I share with my clients. I didn't invent these. Other people, I've heard them from other people, but I put them in a particular order. So moving from I I have to I get to I choose to I'm blessed to. So whichever one sounds good to you is the one you can use. Again, that's moving from I have to I get to. I choose to. Choose to is interesting because like it's a like a more deeply empowered idea. Like I choose to do this right now. I really want to go get some beautiful flowers for mom. And then you're in a totally different emotional state when you're going to do it. And then the last is I'm blessed to. How fortunate I am to be able to buy flowers for my mother. My husband bought me some flowers there. Um, so that have to. I wonder if he was in a have to state or get to, choose to, or blessed to, right? I don't know. I didn't ask. Um, One of the first times that I really made a big shift was one night after dinner, sitting around the dining room table with our sons, and we are just having a great time. We're just talking. It's having a great time. Dinner's finished. Nobody's getting up yet. We're just having a great time. And I looked at the time and I'm like, oh, I have to go teach. I had to go teach some violin lessons over at the college. And I said, I have to. And I kind of went, I have to go teach. And my body language went down. And I thought, okay, I'm modeling for these young men. Right? So I stopped myself and I opened up and I said, you know what? I get to go teach at the college tonight. So with that particular energy, I walked over to the college and I gave two of the most incredible violin lessons I think I may have ever given. It was like a flip switch, a switch flipped inside me, and I was just like so on point and hearing little things that we could make better and when, my students usually would say thank you at the end of their lessons, but this particular night, both of the students, two of the students I had, they were just so grateful. They were hour-long lessons, your college students, hour-long lessons, very intense. And they just emphatically said thank you to me that night. And I know it's because I brought this energy that I usually bring, but it was extra. It was extra because I had noticed my demeanor earlier. That have to was the clue. And then I switched it. So I think back to those families the men with their children looking for the flowers and the plants. And what if it was that get to or choose to or bless to energy when they're trying to find something for their mom? Like what questions could we ask? Like, what's mom's favorite colors? What does mom like? These are kind of lavender tulips. Pink tulips were my wedding flower, our wedding flower. But these are quite unique and they're very petite and very cute. So it's a very nice surprise to see. So what's mom's favorite color? What kind of flower does she like? Like just opening up questions to make it like it could be a scavenger hunt. Let's find all the purple flowers at the store, right? You can make it so fun, but instead it was like everyone was being dragged around and all the energy was just like, This is what I was seeing. Like I was seeing it and I was going, oh my gosh, wish I could wave a magic wand, make everybody pressure free, everybody, enjoying the fact that they get to go and find a gift for their mom. It's not a chore. You can change up your chores. Like, "Oh, I have to clean the bathroom, right? By the way, with some of the things that are like the have-tos, when we had all three children at home and that's a lot, travel hockey, travel baseball, performing arts, like we're just all over all the time. And I actually had in my calendar I created a formula. So Mondays and Thursdays were laundry, no matter what. I didn't say, oh, do we have enough clothes? I never do that. Like we'll always have enough clothes to wash. So Mondays, Thursdays, laundry. Tuesdays, Friday, surfaces. So like dusting, dusting, vacuuming. And I'm not just doing all this work. I could ask anybody in the house to do it, or they have their particular chores. But surfaces, clear off the surfaces. If you have clear surfaces in your house, it will lower your stress so much. So surfaces, and then Wednesdays and Saturdays were bathrooms, and Sunday was catch-up day. Catch up on whatever didn't get done in the week. And so that removed decision fatigue. I think the have-tos, the shoulds, contemplating whether or not we have to do something or should be doing something, that can cause something that's now got a term called decision fatigue. Should I be doing this or should I be doing that? You've got a to-do list. Well, what comes first? If you calendar in some of the things that are just regular and have to be, you just do them to function well in your home, in your office, just get them on your calendar and get into a routine about those things. So there's no more decision fatigue. You just freed up your brain from thinking, do we do the towels this week? No, laundry is this day and this day. I can't tell you how much that saved me. I have to thank Denise Schofield for that. So if you ever come across a Denise Schofield, Schofield book, I got to hear her speak in person. She's a former engineer who became a stay-at-home mom and applied her engineering background to running a household. I took a lot of clues from her. It was really great. I'm very grateful for her because my husband had been the stay-at-home dad, and then we switched when our youngest was born. And I'm kind of like, learn it through books first, like book savvy. And it was her book that really helped me create a lot of systems. They gave me so much freedom, so much time to play with my kids and go on adventures and I was just with my middle son last night online working on screenplays together. And I mean, what 30-year-old wants to work on a screenplay with his mom? It was so cool. So I think about the little things, going to get that Mother's Day gift. That's a moment to instill in a child that this is fun to do, to get a gift for someone is fun to do. It's a beautiful thing. It's something to feel blessed about. It's really beautiful. So taking the looking and I think really the clue here, the tip I want to give you is noticing when you say I have to or I should and switching up that energy. In some cases, you may realize that, well, I really don't need to do that. That isn't really a should. Maybe it's something inherited from how your parents did something, or something that you learned from a partner or something. And it's like, actually, I prefer to do it this way. Like you get to figure things out without so much pressure on yourself. Um, so that's the tip I have for you today. Notice the clue is that you think in your head, I have to or I should. When you hear that clue, that's an opportunity to change the energy or shift what it is. And those little micro shifts are the things that make the pressure-free method just so powerful. It's not the big things. It's not an hour of yoga or an hour of meditation or even a 10-minute in meditation. It's noticing these little things to prevent the release of stress hormones. There's some app going around, and you'll probably see this one go on and on about how it's not hormones, it's stress. Anybody seen that? It keeps popping up on my feed, probably because of my topics. But it is hormones. It's just not the hormones that most people are talking about. It's stress hormones, adrenaline, noradrenaline, dopamine, and then later glucocorticoids. So it really is, it's not stress, it's the release of stress hormones. That's what does all the damage. That's what causes all the excess fat. This woman's trying to share that, you'll lose so much fat with this app. Might work for some people, but what I've discovered is people have used all kinds of things. They've done all kinds of courses to try and lower their stress. But if they're still in little moments of the day triggering the stress response, then the damage is still being done. The hormones are doing the damage. So have to, shoulds, that's your little clue. Just take a little pause and think about it. And I wish you a great pressure-free day. Bye.